Sweating over here.
Coming up on Citrus TV News, the Student Association's Chat and Dine program is about to kick off.
Sheldon Silver will be replaced as Speaker of the New York State Assembly.
A major snowstorm sweeps through New England.
And we finally know the actresses who will bring Ghostbusters back to life. Citrus TV starts right now.
Hello and welcome to Citrus TV News Live at 6 for January 28th. I'm Allie Bauman.
And I'm Will Gerhard. The city of Syracuse has made major changes to parking around the university. That's our top story tonight.
To park or not to park, that is the question. Last fall, the city of Syracuse introduced new parking lanes on Comstock and Waverly Avenues and created a designated bike lane along those routes.
Last week, the parking lane on Comstock Avenue was blocked off and the city announced it would only be open for delivery vehicles. Citrus TV reporter Claire Moran spoke to students about changing parking rules.
Last semester, the Department of Public Works installed floating parking lanes on Waverly and Comstock Avenue to act as a barrier between the bike lanes and car traffic. When they returned from winter break, Syracuse students received an email from the university telling them that the floating parking lanes on Comstock Avenue had been removed.
We just recently got an email that said that only commercial vehicles could park there, so they're not even for students anymore. So do I think they're necessary? Probably not, but they're here, so, we deal.
The Department of Public Works installed floating parking lanes on both Waverly and Comstock Avenue last semester, but on December 23rd, they put up no parking signs and cones on the Comstock Avenue lane. They said the cars parked in the lane were forcing delivery trucks to stop in the middle of the road and blocking traffic. Now, only commercial delivery trucks with proper plates may park here, and other cars may be ticketed or fined.
I asked students like Paul Martin what they thought of the decision to install the parking lanes and then take them away.
I think it's kind of funny that they did that, but I think it's better because it caused a lot more problems, it seemed like, a lot more traffic and backed a lot of things up here. I think it's better that they're getting rid of them.
Alana Siegel said that the lanes not only backed up traffic, but were also a safety concern.
I think that they would have been a good idea, but because it's only two lanes, they got in the way. The buses weren't able to fully turn, and they looked dangerous.
The floating parking lanes on Waverly Avenue are still in place. Claire Moran, Citrus TV News.
No parking signs have been put up along Comstock Avenue, and the city of Syracuse says it will ticket any violators.
We're going to take a look at today's weather with Citrus TV weather anchor Monica Hemmer.
Syracuse did not really see any strong effects from Winter Storm Juno, and while we saw some snow earlier this week, today the sun was shining and sidewalks were clear, making it easier for students to get to class. Despite the sun, it was still cold and around 22 degrees. Currently feeling even colder than that thanks to winds at around 13 miles per hour. If we look at the quad cam, we can see slightly less snow on the ground compared to what we saw last week. Make sure to stick around for the full weather forecast later on in the show, where I'll be telling you what to expect later this week and how you should be dressed if you're heading out this weekend.
Syracuse police are investigating a robbery that occurred near campus last night. A Syracuse University student was walking on East Adams Street between Comstock and Waverly Avenues shortly after 6 o'clock yesterday. Two men knocked her down and stole money from her bag. She was treated for minor injuries, including pain on the back of her head. A new program at the university called Chat and Dine is set to kick off next week. CitrusTV reported about the program when it was announced last November. Chat and Dine allows students to apply to eat a free meal with a faculty member at SU. Participants get to eat lunch at the Goldstein Alumni and Faculty Center, and students get to interact with staff members outside the classroom. The Student Association expects the meals to be held on Tuesdays and Fridays during lunchtime.
The Associate Dean of Whitman School of Management is set to add another role to her job description. Professor Amanda Nicholson is joining Chancellor Syverud's leadership team as a special assistant. She is being tasked with gathering ideas from students on how administration can better communicate with the campus community. University College Dean B. Gonzalez and former Senior VP and Dean of Student Affairs Barry Wells are being added to the Chancellor's leadership team as special assistants. The Department of Public Safety at Syracuse University is playing the waiting game. Last weekend, DPS went through an assessment for accreditation by the International Association of Campus Law Enforcement Administrators. This organization evaluates campus safety services around the world. If Syracuse's DPS gains accreditation, it will be only the 42nd school in the U.S. to do so, something only 41 university safety departments in the U.S. can claim. A final decision is expected in the next 2 weeks.
Well, graduating seniors in the Newhouse School, the wait is over. The 2015 keynote commencement speaker has been announced. Diane Nelson, a Syracuse University graduate class of 1989, is the president of DC Entertainment and the president and CCO of Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment. Nelson graduated from Syracuse with degrees in advertising and English. The convocation ceremony is scheduled to take place on May 9th. And now in news across the state. After being arrested for federal corruption charges, Sheldon Silver will be replaced as Speaker of the New York State Assembly next week. Current Majority Leader Joseph Morelli, a Rochester area assemblyman, will fill in as interim Speaker until an election scheduled for February 10th. Although Silver has been taken out of a leadership position in the Assembly, he has not yet resigned from his legislative seat. It's also not clear if Silver is willingly stepping down from his position as Speaker or being removed by his Democratic coworkers.
When CitrusTV returns, the 9 men famous for violating segregation laws in South Carolina in the 60s had their convictions thrown out today.
And a hostage situation involving ISIS continues to get more complicated. CitrusTV will be right back.
Block party. Glad you can make it.
The only triple doubles you get come with fries.
Last time you blocked someone, you were online.
I can do this all day. Your moves are just gay.
Using gay to mean dumb or stupid, not cool.
Not cool.
Not in my house, not anywhere. It's not creative, it's offensive to gay people. And you're better than that.
That's low, that's low. That's low and below.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Hey.
My dad's one of the producers here.
Bring this week.
Were arrested for sitting at a whites-only lunch counter in South Carolina. But today, the Friendship Nine, a group of African-American student protesters, had their convictions overturned. They are represented by the same man who defended their case in 1961, Ernest A. Finney Jr. With that, the judge presiding over the case, John C. Hayes III, is actually the nephew of the judge who sentenced these men to jail more than 5 decades ago. The hearing took place in Rock Hill, South Carolina. All 8 surviving members of the Friendship Nine were able to attend. Former U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton has agreed to testify to the House's Select Committee regarding the attacks on the U.S. consulate in Benghazi, Libya on September 11, 2012. The attack killed 4 Americans, including U.S. Ambassador Chris Stevens, and was later labeled as a terrorist attack. Before stepping down in 2013, Clinton testified in front of both the House and Senate committees regarding the attack. No date has been released yet on when she will testify in front of the investigating committee. Citizens all across New England are digging their way out of what has now been infamously dubbed as Blizzard 15. The snowstorm came with hurricane gusts along the coast and as much as 3 feet of snow on the ground in the Boston area. During the 2-day storm, 7,000 flights were canceled and another 600 were canceled today as airline companies struggled to get back to their normal schedules. During all of this, the New York City area, which was predicted to get around 3 feet of snow as well, only accumulated 9.8 inches in total. The National Weather Service has since apologized for the incorrect forecast, saying they will make sure to not hype up future storms.
The current ISIS hostage situation continues to get more complicated. Last week, the Islamic group took 2 Japanese citizen hostages and demanded $200 million from the government. ISIS murdered 1 hostage over the weekend, and now Jordan has become involved. ISIS threatened the life of a Jordanian military pilot they've held hostage since December. Today, Jordan announced it would agree to a swap. They would release convicted would-be suicide bomber to ISIS in return for the captive pilot. The Jordanian statement made no mention of securing the release of the Japanese hostage. And 2 Israeli soldiers and a Spanish peacekeeper are dead after a fight between Israel and a Lebanese militant group. The Hezbollah militant group fired 5 missiles at Israeli military vehicles. The attack occurred on Golan Heights, a disputed piece of land between Lebanon and Syria, which is under Israeli control. This comes a day after a rocket struck the same area, and Israel responded with artillery fire. Overnight airstrikes were also launched against Syrian targets. Several people are dead after a terrorist attack on a Libyan hotel yesterday, including 1 American. 5 masked attackers had guns and bombs and fired randomly inside the hotel. Hotel guests and workers fled the building, but shortly after a car bomb had exploded outside. The hotel is a popular place to stay for diplomats and lawmakers. It is still not known who caused the attack, and the location of the gunmen is still not confirmed. Greece's coalition of the radical left, better known as the Syriza Party, officially won the country's election and took over control of the government. Today, new Prime Minister Alex Tsipras addressed his cabinet for the first time and maintained the party's desire to negotiate debt relief from the zone. The Syriza Party campaigned in opposition of the measures set by the European powers for Greece to pay back its bailout debt. Greece received $270 billion in 2010, but European leaders are concerned Greece will not be able to pay that money back.
And now CitrusTV weather anchor Monica Hammer will bring us her full weather forecast.
Today we saw temperatures in the 20s with sunny, clear skies. Winds made it feel a little bit colder than that, coming in at around 13 miles per hour. If we look at temperatures across the Northeast, we're seeing most temperatures in the 20s and low 30s. Not too much variety in the area, with Syracuse at 22 degrees and areas like Buffalo and Albany at 21. New York City is around 31 degrees and still feeling some of those effects from Winter Storm Juno. Looking into tonight, we're going to be seeing mostly clear skies with a few passing clouds. Temperatures will get down to around 5 degrees, but not much lower than that, and the wind speeds will be decreasing. Tomorrow, even though it's going to be a little bit warmer at around 34 degrees, at night we could be looking at some snow showers. Taking a look at the precipitation forecast over the next 48 hours, we're looking at around an inch of snow in the Syracuse area and upstate New York. Some areas could be seeing a little more than that, but if we take a closer look at the Syracuse area, over the next 24 hours, we're looking at less than an inch of snow and precipitation mostly on the outskirts of Syracuse and more in the east and northern areas. Taking a look at our 5-day forecast, that sun is going to be disappearing very soon, and we're looking at snow showers over the next 2 days. Over the weekend, we might get a little break from the snow, but then next Monday, temperatures are going to drop again, and there could be more flurries. Looking at the overnight temperatures, we're seeing very cold temperatures over the weekend, but Friday night in the negatives, so make sure to bundle up if you're heading out.
Okay, so today felt a little warmer than usual. Is this out of the ordinary?
Not really. We see a lot of those fluctuating temperatures, and after the snow we saw on Monday, it was nice to see some sun today, but we're going to be looking at some more snow coming up.
Absolutely. It was great to see the sun, especially considering, like you said, this weekend we're going to possibly see some negative temperatures. No one likes to see that.
Yeah, some freezing overnight temperatures, which I'm personally not looking forward to, but hopefully it'll start warming up soon.
Okay, and what about for commuters, people going to class? How icy are those streets and roads going to be?
We're
Bad?
expecting some precipitation over the next 48 hours. Not too bad, around an inch, but as always, I'd always say be careful on the roads because you never know when that snow is going to turn into ice.
Great. Thank you, Monica.
Thank you, Monica.
When we come back, stick around to see why e-cigarettes may be more dangerous than regular cigarettes.
And find out how many iPhones Apple sold to record the largest corporate profit in history. CitrusTV will be right back.
You didn't give up on sex. Don't give up on birth control either. There are more methods than you think. Find yours at bedsider.org.
How you doing? My name's Steve. My family's lived in this neighborhood for years. Recently, things got so tight, we had to go to our local food bank for help. I lost a lot of sleep worrying about what the neighbors might think. That is until I saw them there, too. How'd I do, Steve?
A little stiff. You could have done a little better.
What? Come on. You know, I have an Academy Award.
Yeah, but not for playing me.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.
20 years ago, the Americans with Disabilities Act guaranteed every person the right to live, work, and participate fully in the American experience. We've come a long way since then, and we are committed to making even more progress in the years ahead.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
More research is coming out that indicates autism is just a case of genetic bad luck. A new study published in the Journal of Nature Medicine finds that the DNA mutations that cause autism spectrum disorder are rarely the same between two people, even if they're brother and sister.
The findings indicate that these genetic mutations are completely random. Scientists are comparing multiple cases of autism in one family to lightning striking twice. Many people are turning to electronic cigarettes as a way to kick their smoking habit or simply because the practice is seen as healthier. But a researcher at Portland State University discovered that some of the devices can emit up to 15 times the formaldehyde as a typical cigarette.
Formaldehyde has been linked to several forms of cancer. The study only tested one type of e-cigarette, but scientists say this indicates there is much to learn about this new fad.
It's official, Apple has posted the best quarter in corporate history. This coming after the company sold a record number of iPhones, 74.5 million in the last 3 months. On average, that's about 34,000 iPhones per hour. The company also boasted a 15% increase in Mac sales, with iTunes sales hitting a record high. Apple CEO Tim Cook said the sales numbers have completely exceeded his expectations. The company is set to release their next product, the Apple Watch, in April.
Well, the cast list is out for a Ghostbusters reboot. It's going to be all new and all female. 4 women have been named as the 4 lead roles. Melissa McCarthy was already rumored to be set for the leading role, and now the studio is adding Kristen Wiig to the list. Joining the duo will be SNL stars Kate McKinnon and Leslie Jones. Paul Feig is directing the reboot, and the production is hoping to start shooting in New York City this summer.
Coming up in sports, Media Day at Super Bowl 49 brings yet another thrilling installment to the Marshawn Lynch Press Conference Chronicles. The Rangers and Islanders clash in Long Island, and 2 of SU's football stars take another step towards the NFL. CitrusTV News will be right back.
As a parent, you want to make sure that your child knows how to deal with bullying when they see it happening. And chances are they want to help, but they don't really know how. I'll teach them that the best thing to do is calmly walk away, find a teacher or other adult, and speak up. And do your part. Be that adult they can talk to and trust will listen. Join me to help stop bullying. Go to stopbullying.gov to find out more.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 88. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
Know what?
What?
Since I got adopted, I've learned a lot about these humans.
I know. I mean, check out these 2. It's Flirt City over here.
Yeah, I noticed that. It looks like my human is definitely into your human.
Oh, look! I think she's getting his number.
Nice.
Your human's got some sweet moves.
Takes after his dog. Oh, look, they're doing that thing where they put their arms around each other.
She kicked up a leg. It's like in the movies.
That's awesome. Looks like we're going to be hanging out a little bit more.
Hey, my name's Katie and I'm in the 9th grade. I'm an A average student and I'm an athlete working towards a scholarship. And everybody tells me how much potential I have. But I just wish someone would tell me where my next meal is coming from. Katie, how'd I do?
Do you have to be so serious?
Well, I mean, I did like a crazy dance in a movie if you want me to like, do a little, no.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.
You know why I'm here. Y'all know why I'm here. Thank you, I appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a great day.
2 seconds short.
Thank you.
What a charming guy. Marshawn Lynch and the Seattle Seahawks are preparing to take on the New England Patriots during Super Bowl 49 this Sunday. In the meantime, Lynch will continue to do and show what he does when he goes to press conferences. Really doesn't care. After saying, "I'm here so I won't get fined" 29 times yesterday, Lynch responded to most questions today with, "You know why I'm here." Lynch then ended the most exciting 5 minutes of television with, "Thank you, I appreciate it." The NFL still wants to fine Lynch for wearing non-sanctioned apparel to his press conference, adding to his total fines of $120,000. Well, we move on to the Big Apple, where the Rangers and the Islanders look to restart the season on a good note after the NHL All-Star break. Islanders captain John Tavares is coming off an amazing performance during the All-Star game when he recorded 4 goals. We jump right into the first period, where Mikhail Grabovski goes in for the straight goal, and it's 1-0 Islanders. Now we go straight to the second period. Matt Martin will get the rebound and put it past Henrik Lundqvist for another goal. It's 2-0 Islanders. Going straight into the third period, Ryan Strome looking for a centering pass. Oh no, but Lundqvist is going to get the puck past him because the defender deflects it off. It's 3-0 Islanders. It's just gone bad for the Rangers this game. Now they find themselves in a 5-on-3 situation, and John Tavares is going to slot it past Lundqvist for a 4-0 lead. Rangers would add on one more goal, but that would be all she wrote for Lundqvist and the Rangers as they lose 4-1. Now let's move on to the NBA. 2 top teams, Bulls and Warriors. Warriors are without Andrew Bogut as he's out with the flu, but David Lee is going to get a nice one-handed jam. At the end of the period, though, in the fourth quarter, Steph Curry double-teamed in the backcourt. Kirk Heinrich, splash. It's 107-105 Warriors with 15 seconds left. Now Warriors would get one more chance. Andre Iguodala, no good. But Draymond Green tips it in, and we're going to overtime, tied at 107. We pick it up with less than 15 seconds left in overtime. Derrick Rose taking on Steph Curry one-on-one. Cold as ice. It's 113-111. Warriors need a timeout, draw up a play. Andre Iguodala tries to get it to Klay Thompson for the floater. No good. Bulls snap the Warriors' 19-game home winning streak. Syracuse football did not have the best of seasons, but two of their star players are ready to make an impact in the next level. Safety Darrell Eskridge and offensive lineman Sean Hickey received invites to the NFL Combine, which will be held in Indianapolis during the week of February 17th. Eskridge is projected to be a mid-round draft pick, while Hickey looks to be drafted sometime in the 5th or 6th rounds. And after wins against top 40 teams, South Florida and Princeton, the SU women's tennis team is now 53rd in the latest ITA rankings, which is its highest ranking since 2012. The Orange is 3-1 on the season, with the only loss coming against Alabama, who is 7th in the rankings. SU will return to the Hill and hold its first match of the season when Cornell comes to town this Saturday.
Now, Christian, also recently Syracuse basketball with a heartbreaking loss to North Carolina just couldn't close it out. Down the stretch. How do you think they'll rebound from that one?
Well, what I think they'll take away from the UNC game is that they shot very well. 83 points in a college game is very good, but they let up 93 to UNC. Obviously, Jim Boeheim's defense failing him there. So Jim Boeheim is going to really want to, shore up the defensive shores again and maybe get some more bench points from his teammates.
Okay, so this Sunday, it's a big day for everyone. I don't know if I have to even say it, but who's going to win the Super Bowl? What's your thoughts?
I think it's going to be the Seahawks, mainly for one reason, the Seahawks secondary. I think Tom Brady hasn't figured out the Seahawks secondary. I don't think anyone has, really. The Legion of Boom really is going to take it to Tom Brady, and I think LeGarrette probably will be the MVP, just run through the Seahawks defense.
Great, thank you, Christian. We'll see what happens
Thank
next.
you. And coming up on Citrus TV, we'll tell you what the weather is going to be looking like tomorrow morning.
You didn't give up on sex. Don't give up on birth control either. There are more methods than you think. Find yours at bedsider.org.
Learning how to kickflip 6 stairs takes determination. So will getting into college. I've got what it takes. So do you.
We are different. Society should aspire to be more like us.
Be part of the first class. Get energized. Get outside.
Hold on, guys. It's gonna get bumpy.
And get moving. Experience the power of physical activity. Join the movement at ActionHeroAlliance.com.
Hi, my name's CJ. A few years ago, my father became seriously ill. I did what I could do before he passed, but it took its toll. I lost my job, my house. I'm getting back on my feet, but I don't know when there'll be food on the table. How'd I do, CJ?
We could be twins.
Well, cousins, maybe.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local.
Now we head over to Monica for one last look at tomorrow's weather.
Tomorrow we're looking at slightly warmer temperatures throughout the day with a high of 34, but overnight we'll be seeing some snow and some snow showers and some colder temperatures. That sun we saw today will be disappearing among those clouds, so make sure to be aware of those changes and stay warm.
Well, drivers in Iowa were frantically calling 911 earlier this week over a man apparently preparing to jump off of a billboard.
But this story has a happy ending. After trying to coax the man down from his perch, they realized it was just a mannequin.
The billboard was an advertising stunt by a local car dealership and took place at night, which is why people didn't realize it was fake right away.
Well, at least they figured it out. That's certainly good.
Definitely
Well, that's all the time we have tonight. Thanks for tuning in to Citrus TV. I'm Will Gerhard.
And make sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter to keep up to date on breaking news. I'm Allie Bauman. Have a great night, Syracuse. We out. We out here.